If you could get the real answer to any question or mystery in the world, what would you want to know? When our 10-month-old puppy jumped over the wall at the groomer's she'd never been to. In a part of the city she'd never been even close to. After being taken there in a black cab which she couldn't see out of and slept the entire journey. And when my wife didn't walk home to give a scent to follow, how the hell did she run straight home across 3 miles of central London roads in 20 minutes and beat my wife there? How did you do it? I grew up in a small town on the Kentucky-Tennessee border. One of my friends had a Schnauzer. His family went camping in the Smokies close to Gatlinburg and they took the dog. The day they were leaving, the dog went missing. They extended their stay by a week to look for him, but they were unable to find him. Heartbroken, they returned home. Several months later the dog showed up at home. Skin and bones, but otherwise fine. My friend went on to become a veterinarian. Okay, that's a more impressive story than mine. I'll allow the one-upping because it has a dog in it and a happy ending. 9/10 good story. What kind of job I could actually get and enjoy and still be able to live my life comfortably? Seems to be the impossible question. It seems we're getting closer and closer to the answer being be in the right place at the right time. I couldn't agree with this more. It honestly seems like knowing some people. And being in the right place at the right time gives you a better chance at getting a good job rather than an actual degree does. I'm 80% certain that if I tried to get the same exact job I have now 1 year prior to when I actually did get it, then I wouldn't have the job right now. I got in at the perfect time. At least once a day I ask myself, what the fuck? I'm sure if I got the answer to that one, everything else would fall into place. Wow, this is home for me. If there is other intelligent life out there somewhere, I know that we probably will never see another intelligent life form. But it would be nice to know. It is neato some of the radio telescope stuff they are able to do now and look for atmosphere contaminants that could signal intelligent life. Would likely be the best we can do. The only answer that I could get to this question that would shock me would be, no. Honestly, that would be so depressing if we really are alone in the universe. What's interesting is that when you look with the telescope far enough, you are basically seeing what that planet looked like thousands or millions years ago. That planet we're looking at having habitable conditions. There might already be cities over there and we wouldn't know. What's in the Vatican's secret library? I didn't know there was a secret library. HMM. Shush, it's a secret. My friend was permissioned to be in there and write his thesis. Lot of old letters. Makes sense. What were they about? Entirely possible your friend just wasn't allowed to see the other stuff. Keep the valuable stuff separate from what they allowed your friend to see. Yeah, no. Bible 2. I really want to take a peek at the documents that remain classified. It's just a long list of past presidents' penis size. So that's why they called him Crooked Nixon. Now I wanna see it even more. 99.99% of them would leave you disappointed. What actually happens after you die? I know that the ones who love us will miss us. Keanu Reeves. I remember this and, God, Keanu Reeves is sharp. There isn't a better way to answer that question. Hey, you're finally awake. Who did Epstein have dirt on? All of them. Yeah, we basically already know he was involved with at least 2 US presidents and at least 1 member of the royal family. Could be anybody, everybody. Well-known plus powerful people. Probably one of the biggest pedophile scandals since Savile. The only option was to wipe him out in broad daylight as quickly as possible to prevent a huge backlash. Who was the Zodiac Killer and his complete story? He's currently serving as the junior senator from Texas. I hope this meme never dies. Why the fuck has my son just spent nearly £200 on a plain black t-shirt? For the drip. What's a drip? My younger brother has a great income but buys clothes like this too, so this came up between me. My dad and my granddad. Granddad's opinion on it was, does he feel good going out wearing that shirt? That's what he's spent the money on. Not just the physical shirt. Granddad has the right idea. I just know he's got that elderly swagger. The winning numbers for the next $250 million lottery draw. Congrats. You won the Zimbabwe lottery. Okay. How much do I owe? Jeff Bezos. What is your login information for your largest bank account? Boobs with AZ. Why do I need to pee whenever I get comfortable in bed? Even though I peed before going to bed and didn't drink anything? Maybe because relaxation. What happened to Malaysia Airlines Flight 370? They are currently living out the plot of Lost somewhere. I believe they found pieces of debris that confirm that it crashed. But yeah, I also want to know what the hell happened. Well yeah, it didn't just keep flying up. What existed before our universe exploded into existence, and how is it going to end? Nothing. What the hell happened to make my dog terrified of the bed for 3 days last year? Whoa. My dog was terrified of steps for a full 24 hours this year. Not even his favorite toy would snap him out of it. He also decided our backyard was terrifying maybe a week later. He just stood on the deck, tail between his legs shaking. What scary shit is in the 95% of ocean we haven't yet explored? All the missing socks the earlier dude is looking for. Who killed John Bennett Ramsey? Also Madeleine McCann. I really don't think those cases will ever be solved, and it drives me crazy. Do you think Madeleine's parents were involved? How a person can literally not give a fuck. Because every time I try, I still do. Chill bro. Do flat earthers really believe the earth is flat? Or are they just having a laugh? I think it's important not to give two shits what flat earthers think. I'd like to have a true and factual account of the life and death of Jesus of Nazareth. Nobody would believe you. Where the fuck do all of my socks go? The same place all my bobby pins go. Where the fuck did the universe come from, and why the fuck are we here? This one hits me out of the blue on random days when I'm working, or resting, or studying, or running. Suddenly the whole "we're on a piece of rock" attached through the spinny force, circling a fireball, in a vacuum full of more spinny shiny stuff, and no one knows where the fuck it came from. Who is out there that would be a good husband and want me as much as I want them? I'd move anywhere and change my job and life circumstances to find a partner. Don't settle for anyone unless they would do exactly what you just wrote for you. If there was anything I could have done to save my daughter from being murdered by her ex-boyfriend. He decided that there was nothing you could have done. He decided, and that was it. I'm so sorry for your loss. So needless. So hard. It will never be made right. But your love for her will always be right. What's wrong with me? It's mainly the shots. I know it's kind of lame. But is space really infinite? Or are we just too small to grasp such a large, well, space that we just assume it's infinite? This concept has fascinated me for a long time, so I guess I might as well ask it. I tend to think of that this way. Imagine an ant colony in the middle of a continent. That is us in the universe. A continent has edges and real sizes and volume. But from an ant's perspective, it cannot be measured. Or the effort to do so would be too great to try. It might as well be infinite. When does Half-Life 3 come out? Never. Valve is afraid of the number 3. What happened to Amelia Earhart? Bones that are possibly hers are being tested. No idea how long it will take. What in the fuck happened to Madeleine McCann? My first thought was, who killed JonBenet Ramsey, but yes, this. I finished the document series on Netflix and the whole situation was way worse than I thought. Have aliens already visited Earth? The funniest theory I have heard is that UFOs, flying saucers, are time travelers going back to take a peek. Like tourists. The reason they conveniently stopped coming back once every person on Earth had an HD camera on them is just that. Once everything started being recorded on film and pictures, it became less interesting for the time travelers to visit, since they can get a better picture of what life on Earth was like, say 2005 and onward, and that's the reason you hear so many stories from the past about flying saucers. It's a more popular time period to visit, say the 60s.